Hello, welcome to the Being the Woman podcast. My name is Queen. So I will be getting ready to go to work. I work on the radio. I've been doing this for 5 years. It's been great. Trust me, a lot to learn, evolving. One thing that I think radio has done for me particularly is help me be a better communicator. So I run a communication brand called the Queen Media, and when I share my experiences with people and teach them communication, they're wondering like, how did I learn this? It's like my 5 years in broadcasting has made me understand the importance of communication, not just the importance of communication, but the challenges that I faced, that people are facing on a daily basis. I just find myself being able to help people navigate those challenges. Right, so we're going to be doing a simple makeup, very simple makeup on this face. I just think that I don't like the way I packed styled this hair. I just feel so. But I have a challenge with styling. I have a serious challenge with styling. When I have my braids on, I practically almost don't know what to do to it, but we're just going to manage this. After my makeup, I'll get these two strands out, and yeah, it falls. What do you think? It's going to be nice. So, I picked interest in radio broadcasting, rather in the media when I was a child, very young. So what I did those days was join my father to watch the news, join my father to watch the 9 p.m. news. In Nigeria, NTA is, I think, National Television Authority, Nigerian Television Authority. It's the federal owned television station. So I'll join my father those days to watch the 9 p.m. news, and I was astonished by the radio, rather the TV presenters. I mean, I just liked everything they did. I thought it was too, I thought it was just too magical. And right there, I said to myself that I'd like to do this thing that these people did. And then I think it was just innate. My father was such a media person, media friendly person. We had we had newspapers in the house, stack of newspapers, because he would buy newspapers and buy newspapers. And what I did then as a child was I would flip the pages of those newspapers and read the animation, the cartoons. I find myself reading those parts or just staring at the pictures. And newspapers, the way everything was written, some of them were so difficult for me to comprehend at the time. But I'll just flip the pages of the papers and I liked it. So, but right then, I knew that I wanted to be in the media space. I just knew that I wanted to be in the media space. So, interestingly, my father wanted me to be a medical doctor. I mean, those days there was this, or there is this prestige that comes with certain profession. And being a doctor is just one of it, even till today. I mean, I think they're well respected in society. So my father wanted me to be a doctor, but whoo, no way. I just knew that I was going to be in the media space, and how it was going to happen, I didn't know. I just remember that when I wait, I just remember that when I got into secondary school, English and literature were my favorite subjects. Storytelling was a thing for me. I remember the first day I told a story in class. My literature teacher then, Mrs. Ijoma, or she misses them, whatever. Mrs. Ijoma said, "Did you guys just notice how everybody was listening to Queen when she was talking? I mean, the class was so calm." And to think that I was such a small girl who was so slim that my physical appearance would not attract such respect. But the thing is that the moment I opened my mouth to speak, people would listen to me talk. And it was just natural, it was there. So when it was my turn to do my presentation, I noticed that everybody was so calm. I mean, literally calm listening to me. That created some sort of impression in my head. I think I knew I was born for this. I was born for storytelling. I was born for communication. I was born to speak to people. I mean, no matter how big the crowd is. I mean, no matter who, I just knew I had the capacity to speak to anybody. And that registered something in my head. It registered something in my head so deep that I knew I wanted to tell stories all my life. After secondary school, and I gained admission into the university, I wanted to study mass communication, but it's a long story. The school I picked didn't have mass communication as a course, so I went for English and literary studies. But all I knew was the moment I finish school, I was just going to find myself in the media house. I didn't know how that was going to happen, but I just knew that that was what I wanted. I was going to find myself in the media house and I'd start presentations or start doing my thing. Yep, that's what I knew that I was going to do. And I promised myself that I was going to do my best with it. After National Youth Service, which is a service that we do here in Nigeria, you get to serve your country. After that, I was able to get to the radio station. I found myself in a radio station and I started interning. That was how my journey to broadcasting began. Creek 106.5 FM, Bios State. I got there not knowing anything about the media. I mean, not knowing anything. What mattered to me the most was that I was going to learn and I was willing to learn the art of telling stories. I had amazing people there that believed that I had the capacity to do it because I had put my mind into doing this. So they just believed that I could do it. And their belief in me made a lot of sense. Because trust me, sometimes you go to a space and people just are wondering, what are you doing here? Please, we don't have space for people like you, people like you who want to learn. We don't have space for people like you. We don't think you can do this. And that can be a little discouraging. But I didn't have that. So I had good people who believed that I could do this. For one, my voice was terrible. Yes, this voice that you're listening to now that you like, that you probably like, or that you like, you don't probably like my voice. I think my voice is great. I have a good voice. It was terrible. I mean, terrible. By terrible, I mean it was so tiny that one day I was on the air and someone said to one of the broadcasters there, "Who's that girl? Can you tell her never to get on the mic again? Why is she talking like, why does she think, oh, sounding that feminine is what it is about broadcasting?" So that really touched me. Like, wait, do you mean this guy thinks I would never be a good broadcaster because I have a tiny voice? So that touched me. It was discouraging. I wouldn't even lie. It was discouraging. But one thing I said to myself is that I made up my mind to do this and I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm going to do it no matter what anybody thinks. I am definitely going to do this. And that's how it's going to be. So I went home and somehow I started working on my voice and I started training my voice. I said, this voice is going to sound so good that nobody will be able to resist it when they hear it, right? When everybody hears the voice, they're always going to say something about the voice. And that was how I started working on my voice, working on my voice. It was not immediate, but I began to see changes. The way my voice sounded, the texture and everything began to make more sense. You can work on anything that you put your mind to, you can work on it. I don't want this video to be too long, but I'm going to try. So after that, and that's how I even started. That's the reason I started the Queen Media because I wanted to help people find their voices to communicate effectively. Because your voice is one of the most powerful tools that you have. My neighbors are making noise. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools that you have, and you have the ability to get your voice to sound however you want it to sound. From Bielsa State, I worked in the federal radio station as an intern, and I did that for about, I think I did that for about a year plus. Yeah, a year. Then Then I moved to a private station. Oh my God, it was so challenging working at the private station because it was change. I'd learned a lot at the federal radio station, but I mean, this is a private station. They have like how they do their things, how it works for them. I mean, it was just quite different. And it was important that I learned what broadcasting was for them. So I picked up there and I started. It wasn't that bad. It was good. I began to also learn, make changes, make adjustments, just basically do better until I went for training. My company sent me for training. I came back and I think my news reading became top notch. It was top notch. I mean, I worked at the private station for a while and I moved from the private station to another station in Enugu, Nigeria. I'm going to give you the gist of how I moved to Enugu, Nigeria and why I moved sometime in my other video. So I moved to Enugu, Nigeria and I continued. There I did the love shows for I think for a year. No, close to 2 years. I did the love shows. I was talking love on the radio. It was fun. A lot of fun, trust me. So after that, I moved to Port Harcourt, and I'm in Port Harcourt now making this video, and it's just been a whole journey. I was able to tell my neighbors to bring their voice down. I hope they do. So it was in 2023, I was in my room where I got this name, voice training and elocution class. And the reason I wanted to help people find their voices was because it was almost hard for me to find mine. And I thought, I think that I thought that helping people find theirs would be a good opportunity and a good journey for me. And that's how I started building a communication brand. This video is getting long, but I hope you like though. That's exactly how I started building a communication brand. And I'm not kidding. That's how I started. I think I tried. What do you think? This is nice. So it's been 5 years on the radio. I started building the Koi Media. And trust me, it's been one of the most beautiful experiences that I have had. I have had students who I have taken through classes, literally taking through classes, helped them with their communication. And here we're building one of Africa's biggest hub for voice plus communication solution. I want to do this. What do you think? My lips. See, my lashes are so long, my natural lashes. And I'm not joking, they are so long that the moment I use my mascara, it looks like I fixed it. Can you see? And the interesting thing is that I don't like to fix my lashes. It affects my eyes. It makes my eyes hurt, pains me, or I get teary. So, but God decided to bless me with long lashes. So all I need to do is mascara the lashes, and I'm good. So, what do you think? This is pretty. I think this is really pretty. This is really pretty. I'm ready. So that's the story of how I got into broadcasting or how I became a radio host. I tell you, my job has really transformed my life. I think that I am one introverted person who can be extroverted a little with a spice of drama. I'm a very dramatic person. You only get to find out if you get close to me or you're close to me. But my job has brought out a lot about me. It has made me a better communicator, like I said earlier. It's made me read widely, because you, as a broadcast journalist, we say, as a radio host, we say that you need to know something about everything, and that's a lot. So I try my best to have good conversations. That's why people call me the queen of conversations, or I call myself maybe the queen of conversations. I like to talk to people. I like to find out about themselves. I like to tell beautiful stories. I want to know what you're up to, what's going on with you. It's just amazing. And thank you so much for doing this with me. So, this is what my basic makeup looks like. I am learning. I was supposed to do like blush, but because I don't want to ruin what I have on my face, I don't want to ruin the little effort I put in, because I think I'm still learning the exact place to get your blush on, or to get the blush situated. So I don't want to ruin what I have here. I don't want to at all. So let's just work with this. And I think this looks pretty. It looks pretty already. It looks pretty good, right? So thank you so much. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to do a part two of what I do on the radio. Basically, I'm going to try to shoot today what I do on the radio, what my radio life is like, and watch out. Subscribe to this channel. It's going to be fun. You learn about my journey, you learn about relationships, God, and this beautiful life of this girl called Queen Chima, the queen of conversations. Click on the subscription button. Thank you.